Hi guys, today we are with Sandra Stamova. Sandra is a professional rider and we will talk about the most common mistakes for beginners, and we will see some tips to improve our first experience on track. I don't want to lose other time and I immediately leave the word to Sandra. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you very much, Emanuele. I would like to speak about the most common mistakes of the riders beginners. So the riders, they come to the track first time. First one would be normally that they take wrong lines. They normally stay in the middle of the track. Second one would be to use wrong gears because they are used to use gears on the road. So they are normally using much shorter gears at the racetrack. Another mistake would be braking too early and too much. Obviously, the habits from the road are completely different. They normally don't look far enough to be able to read the circuit better. They are used to look very much in front of their bike. They concentrate too much on who is behind them, not on what they have to do. So they try to change their line based on who is behind them, and this is wrong. They turn their head back without having control of their bike. So as soon as they turn their head back, the bike gets out of the line. This is very dangerous. They might use the throttle many times on and off inside of the turn, which is very dangerous. You can lose grip very easily, but it's a mistake they have learned riding on the road. They might use the throttle inside of the turn on and off just because they are not able to judge the speed yet. They enter the turn very slow and then they have to open the gas, and in the middle of the turn they see they are very fast and they close the gas and open and close. They might change the gears at wrong RPMs. Normally it happens at much lower RPMs. They might be a bit tense with their body, so especially with their arms, so they get tired very early. They need to learn how to use the legs more. They can be a bit static with their body and the position in the saddle. They are obviously not used to change the position from left-hand side and right-hand side turn. So this is something to learn. Sometimes because they are so concentrated, they forget to breathe enough and then they get tired much earlier. They also have a habit to think about what can happen, so too much to think about the danger instead of concentrating on what they actually should do. I would like to talk about another things to be aware of. For example, like target fixation. Target fixation is something which is very dangerous because you need to understand that you need to look where you want to go. You don't need to look at what you want to avoid. So if you want to overtake a rider and you are looking at him, you will probably end up in his back. So you need to look where you want to go and you need to be aware of the rider being there. Never look when you don't want to go or what you want to avoid. Be aware of the martial flags and the meanings just to be able to avoid any possible dangers in front of you. Be aware of your mind and body because when you are getting very tired, you need to get off the track. So make sure that you are aware of what's happening inside of you. Be aware of the risky parts of the track, like asphalt patches where is less grip, or bumpy parts, blind corners, exit of the pit line, or entering the pit line. Is all the dangerous parts of the track. Make sure you know the state of your tires, especially in the late afternoon sessions because they might get worn out. Be aware of mixing with different types of motorcycles in your session because there might be required different lines, for example for 300 and 1000. I want to thank you very much for watching my short video lesson. I hope all the tips I gave you will be very useful for you, and I wish you many safe kilometers of riding.